And earlier tonight, former President Donald Trump returned to X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, for a live conversation with its owner, Elon Musk. They spoke about the border, for example. Take a listen.
You have millions of people coming in a month, and then she gets up and she tries to pretend like she's going to do something. She had 3.5 years. And by the way, they have another 5 months that they can do something, but they won't do anything. It's all talk.
It is essential to have a secure border. I mean, you're really not a country unless you have a secure border.
Trump also explained why America needs a strong and tough president. Listen.
There's some real tough characters out there, and if they don't think the American president is tough, they will do what they want to do.
I know every one of them.
And that puts the whole world in danger.
Elon, I know every one of them, and I know them well. I know Putin, I know President Xi, I know Kim Jong-un of North Korea. I know every one of them. And let me tell you, people will say, oh, this is terrible. He said, I'm not saying anything good or bad. They're at the top of their game. They're tough, they're smart, they're vicious, and they're going to protect their country, whether they love their country. They probably do. It's just a different form of love, but they're going to protect their country. But these are tough people at the top of their game.
All right, here now with reaction, Project 21 founder Horace Cooper, along with the author of the new book, Progressively Worse, Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Horace, let's start with you. Let's get your reaction. Again, I go back to what Elon Musk says is a DDoS attack, which limited the number of people that could actually hear the interview, which is chilling in and of itself. But that's on the heels of Donald Trump's website being attacked. That's on the heels of the EU trying to silence X and Elon Musk and a platform where people speak freely. Guess they don't believe in free speech, or do they want to influence an American election? Your thoughts?
Well, X is a global platform, and at one point, Twitter was showing that some 51 million people attempted to access. Apparently, about 1 to 1.5 million people were able to consistently listen in. I was one of those people who was able to do so. It is troubling to me when the European Union suggests that a conversation that our founders intended to take place, our elected leaders or aspirants to be leaders in our country, we should always welcome a conversation. Frankly, I think rather than making jokes, it would be useful for the Biden-Harris administration to announce an open investigation to ascertain what is going on. By the way, if you can do this to the world's richest man, what's our electric grid like if you want to shut it down?
Such a great point. Or, electromagnetic pulse attack. I mean, the fact that this can happen, Joe, is chilling to me, but Kamala Harris was laughing about it, making fun of it. Nothing funny about it to me.
No, not at all. And what it underscores, Sean, is that there are some bad actors who continue to want to prevent the former president from being heard on a massive platform. We even had today, guys, a Washington Post journalist asked the White House during the press briefing if they could step in and intervene and stop Trump's interview with Elon on X. Because, well, you look at the numbers now. Elon Musk, Donald Trump's space is now the largest in X history with more than 1.3 million listeners. And here you have a Washington Post reporter saying the government should get involved and squash free speech, a conversation between two men.
Wait a minute, but didn't Horace say, Horace said 51 million tried to log in? I didn't see that number. Horace, is that correct?
It's sitting right there on Twitter, and I was able to see it while I was logged on. The point here is that we should be encouraging participation, not discouraging.
Sure.
You're exactly right about this, Mr. Concha.
Joe, back to you.
Yes, I think they had to limit the amount of people, that were in listening because of the attack. They couldn't quite get everything back online, so they had to limit the number of people that are in there. That's what I understand. But it was an interesting conversation. They talked about the assassination attempt at length. They talked about illegal immigration even more at length. Trump hit Kamala Harris hard for claiming she'll be tougher on the border if elected. Yep, she actually said that, with Trump saying, where have you been the past 3.5 years? And they're still going now as we speak. This thing could go to midnight, this conversation. Trump seemed very relaxed waxed, all while Kamala Harris has now gone 23 days, is essentially becoming the nominee without taking one question of substance. I mean, you'll find Jimmy Hoffa before you find Kamala Harris in front of a press conference or doing anything remotely resembling a tough interview. And by the way, Donald Trump should continue to post on X even after today because, boy, he's getting a lot of views, a lot of attention.
Well said. I know that X will post this afterwards so people can hear it in, their spare time like a podcast. More Hannity, straight ahead.